Good evening and welcome to the glorious Peak District National Park, and more specifically Edale, and even more specifically than that is Barber Booth, which is actually just a little hamlet behind me. And I'm here to do a wild camp. As you can tell, I've got my large rucksack on and it's pretty heavy, very well packed, and I'm heading up Jacob's Ladder. You can see on the skyline over here somewhere Edale Rocks, so I will pass that very soon. I've been down Jacob's Ladder numerous times, never been up, so I thought I'd come up this way, and sadly I actually arrived here a lot later than I planned to. Basically I worked a night shift last night. I have slept a couple of hours. It's taken me 4 hours to drive here. Normally it's only about three and a half. So I got here about 4:15 and I really wanted to get here for about 3. So my original plan was to go up Grinsbrook onto Grinslow Knoll and then kind of along the edge of the plateau and then find a camping space up at sort of Kinderlow area. But instead I'm going to go the shortcut way and just go straight up Jacob's Ladder and then across to Kinderlow Trig, find somewhere to camp around there and hopefully get a sunset. I've only got maybe an hour maximum of daylight and I'm still in the valley, so chances are I'm going to miss it, unfortunately. But I'm going to head up there, camp up there tonight, and then tomorrow I'm going to go hunting for some airplane wreckage. I've got 2 sites on the very end of the Kinder Plateau over that side, and I've got 2, one on Mill Hill, which I've been to before, and then another as well on the northern end of the Kinder Plateau. So hopefully I've got the energy to actually scout out those, and I want to visit every trig point on the top as well as the highest point on Kinder, because I've never actually been to the very highest point. A lot to do. So I've just arrived at this lovely little pack horse bridge across this lovely brook, and I'm at the base of Jacob's Ladder. You can see it snaking its way up the side of the hill here, and that'll take me almost all the way up to Edale Rocks. But as I stand here, I'm just remembering a time when I was here last year with my sister, and it was so hot. It must have been 22, 23 degrees, and we sat just down here with our feet in the water. It was just lovely, and the waterfalls sound gorgeous. This is really hard going with a rucksack that's about 3 times heavier than what I'm used to, but the views are starting to open out. You've got Lord's Seat on the right, and then on the left Mammut, and I can actually make out the trig point on the top, and a series of massive Iron Age earthworks across and around the summit as well. On this side of the valley I've got Grinslow Knoll. I keep wanting to say Grinsbrook Knoll, but it's Grinslow Knoll up here. This is the Woolpacks, which is a very famous, a very popular area for wild camping, and it was on the cards today. And alongside the lovely stack of rocks over there is Pim Chair, and I'm actually about 410 meters now, so that only leaves like 220 right up to the top. That's the very top of the Kinder Plateau, so things should start to ease off a little bit, and I can just see Edale Rocks now as well coming into view over there. check out this sky over here. I can't see the sunset yet, but I can see there's like a clear band right along the horizon, which looks amazing, and it's starting to glow a bit orange. And I'm now at about 533 meters, which is 100 left to go up, and I'm a few minutes away from Eiger Rocks, and I've got 25 minutes until official sunset, and I'm very knackered, you can tell. I have been pacing it up there to try and get there to my camp spot on time, but I think I might make it. I'm gaining some more height. I'm at 605-ish meters. I can see the glorious sunset, and I'm right underneath Eiger Rocks, just here. And I think it's only 200-300 meters in that way, that direction, until I get to Kinderlow Trig Point. And what I'm going to do is quickly set up the cameras and film a time lapse of the sunset, and then get pitched up for the night. It's looking like it's going to be absolutely glorious. Well, I've made up for the top just in time to see the sunset, and it is glorious. And the summit of Kinderlow is just over here. There's a couple of people up there, so I didn't really film much, and I'm just looking for somewhere that I can pitch up close by, and I can get the camera set up as well. I don't really know exactly where I'm going to go, and time is ticking away. So I'm all pitched up, the temperature is really starting to drop, and I've got another time lapse, a night time lapse going on just down there, hopefully capturing a nice section of Manchester, which from up here actually looks really, really nice. All the glistening lights, it's so peaceful. Those two people that I saw on the summit at sunset have left. They left about half an hour ago, 45 minutes ago, and there is someone else camping up here. I can just see a head torch down over that way. Probably, isn't it Mermaid's Pool or something like that? There's a little tiny tarn down near Kinder Downfall. I imagine someone's camping down there because I can see a little head torch, and I imagine you can probably see me because I've got my light on at the moment. But there was I passed someone on the way up, and they were camping up here as well. But it's absolutely beautiful. It's so peaceful. Just a few grouse you can hear, and the odd plane going over from Manchester Airport. I was hoping the view's going to be a little bit more distant. I know exactly where the sun was coming down. It was dead in line tonight with Snowdon, which is about 94 miles away in a straight line, and I was really hoping it was going to be clear enough, being winter, to actually see it, but it wasn't. Unfortunately, it's quite hazy, I imagine the furthest point I can see a mast over there, which is probably the furthest point. Easily 20 plus miles away, maybe 30 miles away. I don't know where it is. So I'm going to make myself some dinner now. What time is it? Let's have a look. It's 20 past 6. It's pretty dark and I'm going to hit the sack soon, but yeah, for the moment I've got chicken korma with rice, 1,000 calorie meal, so it's a really big meal from Expedition Foods. Never tried it before. I got a bunch of meals from a website and got them delivered next day. They came just a couple of days ago. I was worried I wasn't going to have any food for today and tomorrow, but I've got this chicken korma with rice, and let's see what it tastes like. For anyone interested in what setup I've got, if you're not interested, just skip a couple of minutes, but if you are, I've got the Rab Ridge Master Bivvy. Now they don't make this one anymore. I got it probably, I'd say 7 or 8 years ago, maybe even more. They do the Ridge Raider Bivvy still, which has an entrance at the head end. This one has like a side entrance with a little mosquito net as well. I've only camped out in it, wild camped in it maybe like half a dozen times, maybe 10 times. The last time was on Hallinfell in the Lake District back in May last year when it snowed. I really like it, but I also wish I had more room. I wish I had more headroom. So I think in the future I'm going to start looking at a tent as opposed to a bivvy. I'll probably still use this every now and then if I want sort of a stealth camp, but I would really like to have a porch where I can cook in. You know, I'm sitting inside the bivvy, but I have to be outside to cook and stuff. So if it was raining, it would be really rubbish unless you had a tarp or something like that to go over the top. I've got the Thermarest Pro Light sleeping mat. It's only like a 1 inch thick, so it's not very thick. It's done me for like 10 years. I've had it for ages, absolutely ages. Again, probably done a dozen wild camps with it. As I'm getting older, I'd like a bit more luxury, so I'm going to look at maybe the Thermarest X-Therm Light, something like that. This one's 0.5 kilo, which isn't that bad. At the time I bought it, it was actually one of the best ones. But the newer ones, they're like 200 grams and they're like 10 centimetre thickness, so you get real luxury, although it's a bit crinkly when you move on it. This one doesn't make too much noise. Sleeping bag, I've got the Rab Ascent 500. I was going to bring my Neutrino 200, which I used on Hallinfell back in May when it snowed. I got cold that night, but I was wet, so I wasn't sure whether or not to bring it. It's rated down to like +7 with a limit of 1, and I know tonight it's going to be around freezing, maybe -1, -2, and the Ascent is good down to about -6, -7 of comfort rating, so I'm going to be nice and toasty in there. And I brought my jet boil with me, regular jet boil, you can see it, got my little torch, regular jet boil, and I say my food is my Expedition Foods chicken korma with rice. Let's see what it's like. Does it look appetizing? I think it doesn't look too bad at the moment. Obviously I need to add water, but see what this is like. It's actually okay.